Hello, good morning from Thriving Heart Studio. Today is the final day of a 3-day free workshop entitled "'Tis the Season." And I decided to save angels for day 3. So today I'm going to be creating 4 angels in very unique ways, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas of how you could glam up your angels this holiday season. A lot of times angels are just yellow or white and maybe glittery, and that's fine. But what about adding some creativity? We have dresses to work with and we have wings to work with in a lot of our female angels, right? And I printed out some templates. You can find them by Googling, lots of options. I wanted a few that had different shaped wings. So you'll see here I have the curved wings, and this has a little bit more curves in it. This one has more just wide angel wings, and I found a sideways angel with the trumpet. So that would be really fun to do. And the first angel I'm going to do, I used these coloring pages. I think I got these for 99 cents at like a discount store. So I just took one from each. So one is like a flower theme and one is more like an ocean theme. And I traced the template, and then I made a template of, this is the girl's dress, and then this one was a little bit more difficult because she was sideways and had a sleeve, but that one's the ocean one. So what I will do is glue these on, these angels, and I can decorate their dresses uniquely with already having a design. And the other two I'm going to do my own way. So I want to show you how you can, utilize some of the design things that already exist and also create your own. So for our first angel, I'm going to go ahead and glue on her dress here. As long as my glue doesn't work with that one, I will use a little school glue. No worries. And I'm actually going to watercolor this dress. And you have some options when you watercolor. You don't have to do it precisely like each of the objects. You can kind of just do like segments colored if you want. So I'm going to show you, I'm probably going to watercolor in the flowers that are represented on this dress. And then the rest of it just kind of uniquely blend the colors. So I think I'm going to go with red flowers, or red on the first one. And why I'm using watercolors is because they will not block the black. If you were to use acrylics, if you water them down really substantially, you might be able to still see the design through, but acrylics will cover up the black kind of outlines. So we'll make one red flower. It doesn't have to be precise. And then I'm going to show you a blending technique. All right, so we will go with yellow and red. All right, so I've made one big flower on her dress. And now I'm just going to kind of make lines and kind of things blending around. The blue's a little dark, but it definitely blends. And some green. So this is also something you could decorate with the child before you cut the template out. So for Liam, that might be easier if I have either the template separate or just a piece of paper and decorating it, and then we can cut it out and put it on. So you have lots of options on how you assemble your angel. Don't have to do it exactly the way I'm doing it. Liam is playing Frosty the music in the background. Frosty the Snowman. So there, I'm just kind of like, I'm not precisely coloring in anything. And I might do some orange on the top. Do some orange around. This is like just a colorful paisley dress. And some yellow way up top. And I'm going to go ahead and paint her wings yellow and add glitter. And also with this one, I'm going to attach hair on some of them. I'm just going to like draw in a little bit of hair on her and make it yellow. And I'll probably draw in a face too. And just a simple little face, nothing too fancy. All right, here's what I got so far of Angel 1. All right, I see a little spot I missed there with the paint, so I'll fix that. And now for my glitter option, I'm definitely going to keep this one light on the wings. So I'll probably spread it with a paintbrush. Let me use the pure white glitter glue. Just sprinkle it on the wings and probably around her halo nicely. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend it with the brush. Glitter glue is my favorite. I mentioned that in other workshops because it's just not messy. It's very self-contained. And you might decide to put some glitter on her dress too. All right, so let's say I put a little bit of red on this red flower. Oop. Gotta be careful you don't twist off your glitter glue. But if we don't get it, there we go. The caps come off with the tops if you twist. I'm going to just kind of stick some glue on and spread it with my brush. All right, so now this angel, once she dries, she would make a great center on a greeting card. Or the other option is, I'm going to show you guys this, and I might do this with one of them. You hot glue this to the back, and she becomes a tree topper. So how cool is that? So the kids can make unique angels just like this. All right, we're going to let her dry and move on to number 2. Number 2 is going to be my sideways one. And instead of watercolors, I'm going to use a little bit of different medium for each one. I'm going to use colored pencils on her dress. So first I'm going to glue her on. And I'm going to have to be careful not to use too much glue when I'm using colored pencils because it will create like a soft underneath and not allow the pencil to work very well. So, glue on her unique spirally dress. Look at that. That was ocean water. And you can kind of see there's a boat, I think, in one little, like, corner. All right. So, I believe she needs some blue. So, I'm not going to color in all of these little lines, just a few. Just kind of accenting some of the design of her dress. Christmas time is a wonderful time to remember angels, to think about angels, to tap into their supportive power. I remember when I was a kid, I was in my kitchen and I felt something like an arm on my back. I turned around and nothing was there. Really freaked me out. I must have been like 6 or 7. So I told my grandma about the experience, and she had said, "Oh, don't worry, honey. It's just your guardian angel letting them know you're there, that they're there. And that stuck with me, and I remembered that. So I do believe we have guardian angels that are with us. Maybe you have an experience you can share. So I'm just coloring this in. A little accent here and there on my girl's dress. And not all angels are feminine, but of course the ones I found online have these flowy dresses, and of course I guess the male ones have kind of gowns too. So you could do whatever you want with them. And I'm not coloring in skin color, but that's a place you can play with too. They don't have to all be the same skin color, right? I'm going to give her some hair too, since she doesn't have any. And just a little face, a little sideways face. And I'm probably going to add some glitter to her dress. And some different, I'm going to still do some different blues. Maybe polka dots in different places. I can kind of feel that glue underneath. Soft. That's okay. It's still working. So the idea is when you have these patterns, you can just kind of create your own. Don't have to color them in all exactly unless you want to. That can be fun and relaxing. And most of us have a collection of adult coloring books. I don't know if you do, but I do. So why not cut and paste and use them? All right, so here's my design. And I'll probably wait till the end to put some glitter on her dress. That way my hand's not going through it. So for the wings, I think I'm going to go ahead and actually put some swirls in her wings also. But I'm going to use glue. So let's do this. Let's first use a silvery, spread it all around, and then with the blue, I'm going to put some swirls. And I'm also going to give her a silver horn here. Maybe I should have colored that with a colored pencil first, but it'll work. It'll work. All right, so I'm going to spread my glitter glue. I might give her darker hair. All right. So let's go ahead and put some swirls in her wings. Why not? Okay. So it'll be a little raised until it dries, but there, make the wings fun too. They don't have to always be the same, right? And then maybe she's a brunette. I don't know if I have a brown marker, possibly. I'm gonna go ahead and color in her hair as a brunette. Okay. And you know, your kids can make the angel look like them. They can match the hair color, the skin color, whatever they want. So I'm going to put her hair with a little bit of accents in it. All right. And then I'm going to spread a little bit of glitter on her dress, and then she will be done. There she is. Fun, fun. Let's use a different colored glitter on her dress. Let's add a pink. I'm going to actually put it on some of the open areas, but not everyone. And I'll spread it around a little. You guys hear Frosty in the background? Just a little pink glitter accents. You can let me know if you've ever seen angels this glamorous before, because I don't think I have. All right, there's my glammed up angel. Check that out. She will dry. And just like the other one, she might fit nicely sideways on a greeting card, right? All right. Now, for this angel, I actually had a plan. Angel 3 has Sharpies and gems on her. So do you remember yesterday I used gems? These little gems you can put on. They already have a sticky back to them, so it's going to work best if I don't use water or anything on the surface. So what I thought, as I had all these markers, I would make some fun polka dots. So her dress is basically up for me. You know what, though? She has no arms. So what I might want to do, let's imagine her arms come down. So I have a pencil to kind of draw in the things that aren't already here. So let's just bring her arms to the front. And she could even have her hands in a shape such as this. All right. They're not going to be perfect little arms, but I put her arms together. Her arms together there. And I'm going to give her a little face too. And I have hair to add on to her. I'll show you guys in a little bit. So here, let's make sure her arms look normal. As normal as they can look. All right, I'm going to go ahead and trace blue of her dress here. And down. Sharpies are fun, but be careful with the smell of them, of course, with young children or yourself. Okay, I think I'll be able to erase any lines. I'll keep her little hands together. All right, so there, I've just got her kind of arms and her dress going, and I'm going to add some polka dots. I think I'm going to do like bigger and smaller ones on her dress. She needs a collar. Okay, so we've got some blue. How about some little pink? And some orange. Oh, that's pink. Let's do orange. Also, as we're creating angels, we can think, how can we be angel and angelic presence on earth? There are people that have physical needs that we can possibly help out with when it comes to food, shelter, just presence sometimes with someone who's lost a loved one. You can be an angel at the family gathering by helping to keep peace. There's so many ways we can bring that supportive, loving presence into our lives. And I always think that's what angels are for. They provide protection, but also the means to kind of sense where there are needs and how we personally can help fill those needs on earth. We are the hands and the feet of the divine. All right, so there's my polka dot design, and I'm going to add some gems. I might go ahead and put a few blue on blue. One idea that we did one year, and I would have loved to do it this year. I'm not sure if we'll have the means to do it, but we created Christmas cards and delivered them to a nursing home. So an assisted living or a nursing home, to make sure every single person got a card that year. Micah was 4. I remember she helped make all these Christmas cards. So there's just ideas of reaching out to people who might be more lonely around the holidays. And gosh, get the kids crafting, right? Doing something with their hands, off the electronics. And then delivering is always fun. So I'm just putting all these gems on my girl's dress. How does that look? Look at that, glamming her up. All right, and now I've got the wings to play around with. So I think I'm going to still use marker and just kind of make designs. This one has a blue thing, but it's very dark. So let's see here. Let's get some brighter colors going on. Make some lines. All right. And she probably needs some glitter. I'm going to decide maybe purple wings. How does that sound? Where's my purple glitter? I'm going to stick it on her, and kind of looks cool like that, but I think I'm going to blend it in. I don't know. This is a hard decision. Do I just leave it like that? Kind of looks neat, but I think I'm going to blend because it has all that lines underneath it. So just blend in the glue. And then I'll get to show you the hair I worked on last night. So there's her glittery purple wings and that wild dress. Look at that. Okay, so let me rinse this off. The final one, I'm going to use some ribbon and glue. And I debated whether or not to use hot glue, but I think I'm just going to show you an example with school glue, because most of the time when we're working with kids, they're going to be using school glue. It's going to take longer than hot glue to dry, but it's a lot safer. All right, so last night I worked on the hair for the 2 angels. So I cut 3 pieces of yarn and I tied knots so that it would look like how the hair is tied. So for instance, this would be much easier probably to hot glue, but I'm just going to school glue it on for safety purposes and demonstration. Now, I do think she could use red lips here, even though I didn't color her face in or anything. But I gave her some red lips. And maybe just a little darker eyes. Just going to stick a bunch of glue, and always do the hair last if you do hair such as this. bunch of glue on top of there and push it down. Make sure her eyes aren't covered. I will let her dry, and if I have to reinforce it a little bit, I will. But look how cool that is. You could give them all colored hair, you know? I'm going to show you the next one. I actually braided and put little bow ties in it. So this is white, but you know, you could do any color. Kids can, I mean, any color is like the fun hairstyle nowadays, right? So I kept her blonde, but you could do something totally different. All right, so we've done watercolor. We've done some colored pencil. We did some Sharpie and gems. And now it's time for gluing, cutting and gluing on ribbon. So here is my final little girl. And I've got little angel. I just got some ribbon. It turns out to be red, white, and blue. I'm going to make a pattern by just cutting and deciding what I want and gluing it on. So I already kind of decided I wanted her dress to be red and blue. So I'm going to just be measuring. I have my scissors somewhere. I'm probably going to make like a bodice part in the front. And we'll just have her hands going up, possibly. So, not sure how to do that. Maybe they do need to come down too. I'm not sure how to make her hands over the ribbon I'm drawing, so I have to figure that out. So this one might not have arms until later, or maybe on the side. All right, we'll figure it out. You know what? We can Sharpie it in after we do the dress. So we're going to focus on the dress first and then Sharpieing. So I'm going to cut here. I actually thought I would curl a little on the bottom. So let me see how that works. You can take a scissors, hold a ribbon, run it, and it'll curl, right? Can't do it too many times. But I'm going to try. And I might have curled it the wrong direction. So let's see if I can curl it the opposite direction. Sometimes you can, and sometimes you can't. Oh, it's letting me. Okay. So I'm going to just curl it upward. And now with glue, this can get messy because you're going to get the glue kind of on your hands or with the kids. So have the baby wipes nearby. Just going to glue on that first little ribbon with the curl at the bottom. All right. Maybe not all of them are going to curl. Make sure I have a baby wipe. And I'm just going to stick with red for now, alternating where I'm going to put the red and the blue. Now I remember I have to curl it this way. I'm working on a ribbon dress on an angel for those who are watching. Just some ribbon. I'm putting a little curl on. I'm using school glue. Probably going to be able to get 4 of these on, so I'll just go ahead and make my lines. And then this is a fun way to glam up your angels. I've done one with watercolor, one with colored pencils, one with Sharpie, and now I'm working on ribbon. Of course, that's a little longer. So, as you go, you just kind of fix things. And here's my hair for this angel. I used just yarn, and I braided it and put little bows in the bottom. So, kind of like a style of doing paper dolls in some way. All right, that's going to be hard to redo. So we'll just leave it like that until it dries, and then I could probably curl it easier. So I'm going to make sure I don't make this one too long. Curling it with my scissors and applying it on my angel. All right, so there's my red ribbon, just kind of at the bottom, and the one's a little long. I'll fix that once it dries. All right, so then I thought the blue, I'm not going to make as precise. I'm just going to put maybe like little 2 pieces in each of the things. So ribbon doesn't have to be perfect. You can cut the ribbon in smaller pieces. I'm going to need 6 pieces total. Looks like I'm making an American angel without even trying. So why not? Our country could use all the protection it can get. All right, that one's a little long. We'll go like that. All right, so for instance, I just kind of made them different, you know, not perfect. But maybe you want to make it look nicer. Maybe it would look nicer if I connect them. Let me see how that looks. For those of us who like symmetry, sometimes we have to fix things to make sure they're symmetrical. All right, and then I thought with this ribbon, I would cut it across and make her like a bodice part of her shirt. So basically, I'm just going to cut them very similar in size. Probably need about 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just going to cover the whole thing with glue. And lay them across. It's a little long. I will just trim. You can buy ribbon sometimes, like all on sale, and just keep them for different crafts, right? You don't have to use them like ribbons. You can actually use them as decorative pieces, especially around the holidays. So there's her little top part of a dress. And she's going to need a face. So let's give her a face. All right, just drew on a simple face, and I'll probably give her a red mouth. Simple face. And now I'm going to make her wings red and blue with glitter. Probably in a similar pattern, just for fun. So I've got my red, and I have a dark blue. I might have a light blue, which is fine. Sometimes I have a darker blue to play with, but I don't see it. Okay, so we're going to use the lighter blue since I don't see the darker one. And I'm just going to make lines. And I was talking earlier about we can play with the dresses and the wings. We can make them whatever we want. They don't have to be just the glittery that we're used to. It can be anything. So let me make sure I get this cap on. The one thing I've learned about glitter glue, if you accidentally twist it, you twist off the interior cap. So you actually do not have to twist glitter glue. You just pull the cap off. So let's see if it's going to cooperate. If not, what I will do... Oh, it cooperated. I was going to say, otherwise I would just put red all around and then use the blue as an accent. But I'm going to go ahead and just make lines. Let's do 3 on each side. And I was mentioning how we can be angels on earth this holiday season and any time of the year by seeing the needs of another and meeting them in the ways that are aligned for us. I think that's one of the reasons why we exist and why we sometimes struggle with depression is because we're not actually giving and connecting with people. That's like a human need of ours. So I challenge you to find a way to be love this holiday season. Bring that angelic presence into the world. And be really grateful for those in your life who do bring that to you. All right, so there's my very American angel. I didn't think that was going to turn out that way, but it did. Must have wanted to come through a little bit of the love for America. All right, so she needs hair. She could use a little bit of color on her face with her lips and her eyes. So let's give her a red mouth and maybe blue eyes that are with eyeshadow. All right. And your kids could also choose the nationality of the angels, decorate the skin. They can make it match themselves or a friend or someone else. You can represent lots of different nationalities in your angel art. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue on her hair, which has purple, which, you know what? Look at that. Purple is the combination of blue and red. What a great message of unity this angel represents. White hair. She almost looks like the founding fathers. Now, her hair is going to go through some of the glitter, but that's okay. It's going to actually hold it on. So I'm going to press her hair through any of the glitter on the wings and then just not touch it and let her dry. All right. So there is my final angel. There she is. And if you want to make her a tree topper, you just take a little bit of pipe cleaner and you glue it to the back with a hot glue gun. Or these angels will go beautifully on greeting cards. Greeting card angels. Or just art to hand to someone for a Christmas gift. So I'm going to go over my angels with you. Hopefully it sparked some creativity in you, that you and your kids can create angels uniquely and feel like you can, expand off the typical design that's just yellow and white and glittery, which is beautiful too. But if we can access some creativity and add our own little flair and glamour to angels, why not? Why not, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you these examples. I hope you've enjoyed this creative workshop. It's been a lot of fun for me. It was hard to decide on just a few things to do for the holidays. So I chose the ornaments, the trees, and angels. All right, I'm going to clean up this little mess and show you guys my angels. All right, angel 1. She is a watercolored angel. I cut a template out of a coloring book to use as a design pattern. And I used watercolors. And I didn't stick with the bottom. I was able to just kind of blend it all. Just kept the one flower. And I put glitter on the flower and the wings. All right. And I just drew on her hair. Her hair is just two-dimensional. Angel number 2. I got to be careful not to touch the glitter on her dress. She's also a template from a coloring book. But I used colored pencils on her. And I put some glitter. She's a sideways angel. I made her a brunette. Put some glitter on her wings. And made her a little unique looking. And I just colored in some of the design. But you could always color in more of the design when you're creating with the intricate design. Angel number 3. She might be my favorite. She's a Sharpie design with some gems on her. And some fun lines and glitter on the wings. And some fun blonde hair made with yarn. And for these templates, the last two, I don't have any arms yet on my last one. I had to draw in the arms because, I think the one is actually missing arms, but that's okay. So you might, it's up to you whether you want to make the arms show up. We're going to assume they're there in the angel somewhere. Maybe they just have wings. They don't even need arms. So I could possibly draw in some Sharpie arms or something here, or just leave them as they are. So here's the final one. I used ribbon and curled it on the bottom. I used some glitter lines, some ribbon for a bodice, and white hair braided. And it's really cool. You can teach the kids how to braid if they don't know how to braid yet. Kind of attach the yarn at the knot somewhere, and then they have the 3 strands and teach them how to braid. I know it's kind of a dying art to learn that. So, all right. So I hope you enjoyed this workshop, and thank you for being here. I love creating and sharing, and I love sparking. There's my boy. Okay, buddy. He's excited. I love sparking excitement and creativity in others when it comes to art, and just using this as a means to regulate yourself during the holiday season, to connect by creating something beautiful for someone else, connect with your children more by creating art together, and just really touch into the beautiful individual you are and how you can express that more in any way you want on this earth. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.